Welcome back to Joe's Math Tools, where math is made easy. In our session today, this is part 6 on applying the distributive property with like terms. And in this case, we're working with a subtraction sign instead of an addition sign. And if you're ready to see how to simplify this expression, let's get started. So in our expression today, we are simplifying using the distributive property. And because we do have a like base within our s's, that means we will also be applying our laws for exponents or indices within this question. So let's dive right in. So remember that when we are simplifying our expressions using the distributive property, that means that our term outside of our brackets, which is our s, will be multiplied to everything that is inside the bracket. So we will be multiplying our s times h, and then we will also be multiplying our s times s. And now we're going to begin simplifying each of our brackets. So for our first bracket, we are simplifying our s times h. And because there are unlike bases, we're going to combine them together, remembering that our sh, remembering that our sh is the same as saying our s is being multiplied to h. So that's an unspoken rule in algebra that you need to remember, that whenever two terms are written side by side, they are being multiplied together. So now let's simplify our second parenthesis. And in our second parenthesis, we have our s being multiplied to s. And remember that here we are first applying the first rule of our laws of exponents or indices, which is that if our bases are written by themselves and you don't see an exponent written in, remember that if the exponent is larger than 1 or less than 1, those exponents will be written in, meaning that their number will be visible. But in cases where you see just the base, like s by itself, it means that it carries an exponent of 1. So that's a rule in indices or whenever you're working with powers and exponents that you need to remember. Now, our second rule is that whenever we are multiplying, those powers of the bases that are the same will be added together. So that means I will be adding the two ones for my s's. And then we have 1 plus 1 will equal to 2. So our s will have an exponent of 2. And let's return that back to our expression. We're now also going to return back our operation sign. Remember that it's important that you make sure that those operation signs are written back into your solution. And because these are unlike terms, we will not be simplifying our expression any further. So our sh subtract our s squared will be our answer when it is in its simplest form. Okay, so there you have it. I hope this example was very helpful for you and you were able to follow along with it. Remember, as always, the best step that you can always take is to get some additional practice in. And if you need any more assistance, make sure that you return back to Joe's Math Tools, where our aim is always to make math easy.